My name is Hilda and welcome back to my channel for this month's knitting roundup. So, as you have seen, I have kind of fallen off the bandwagon, uploading every month, unless you're new here, in which case, welcome, and welcome back to everyone else. But yeah, I started off very strong this year by uploading a video each week, going through my crafty shenanigans, so to speak, my crafty endeavors. And this month in February, just kind of didn't happen because I was always knitting and didn't feel like filming. The weather was also dire, meaning I haven't really been painting either, because the weather is just, the light is so bad because it's so dreary and I don't want to, bother because it's just too bad. But yeah, let's just get into it, because otherwise I'll sit here waffling and, you're not actually here for me waffling. You're here for what I knitted. So when I record my next video, well, you're watching that now, this guy won't be here anymore. But this is a cowl that I knitted for my friend Valentin's dad, because he's a doctor and he often visits his patients by bike and he loves cycling. So I knitted him a neon green. I'm not sure if this shows up. Think Beetlejuice, 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 because it is that neon. And yeah, so I knitted him a cowl. Let's see if I can put this on one-handed. Let's see. Probably completely ridiculous. But yeah, it is wider on one side than it is on the other, has a 2x2 rib border on both sides. And I'm not sure if I'm wearing the super wide one or not because I pulled it on one-handed. But yeah, so it's like a balaclava cowl and you can just wear it like this and be nice and warm and very visible, because where he lives, there's a lot of roadworks. So like winter visibility. So yeah, this is what I knitted that is not in the regular video because it won't be here anymore when I film it. Another thing I made and no longer own, because here it is. It is with its new owner, who is clearly very happy. Yay! So first up, I knitted this brown cat ear hat, and it's the same as this purple one, which I have an entire video up. It's going to Aurora, to its actual owner, this Saturday, so she'll be well pleased. Is the actual same thing, but I don't know how well it will show. It is two different shades of brown. It is also Chunky Monkey by Scheepjes, but it is the tawny and the chocolate rather than this lilac, which is amethyst. So it's also been a month of knitting cowls. Not just cowls that go up to here, but the cowls that you can flip up like a hood or like a cowl balaclava. And I've knitted 3, so at this point, I can't really see more cowls, but I'm sure I'll be knitting more for other people. This is mine. As you can see, it's gone a bit fuzzy. It's been washed. I've just put it through the rinse wash, which is literally just cold water sloshing about in the machine, which is ideal. And then hung it up to dry and dried it flat, but still went a bit fuzzy. And frankly, it still looks great. It looks amazing. But had I known this, I would have washed it straight away, because now it's even warmer because it's denser. So that's great. And this is 2 threads of Fill Light and 2 of Fill Light in Acajou and 2 threads of La Droguerie à Voilette in Petit Diable, the orange with orange sparkle. And yeah, see, this is why it has little sparklies. I'm not sure how well they'll show up, but it's essentially 2 different colors and 2 different sparklies. And it was 4 threads together, which is fine. It was on a number 8 needle, but it had to be on bamboo because otherwise it would not move. And I think that is a feel light issue because I am currently knitting with 2 strands of lace weight merino. I'm sorry, merino. Yes, I am mad. And 1 strand of, thread strand, you know what I mean, of that same wallet on resin needles, and it goes so smoothly. So I think the issue was most definitely with the fill light. Another cowl I knitted is for my friend Aurora. Well, cowl, hood, cowl, balaclava, whatever you want to call them. There's a stitch marker here because she crochets, so I've put stitch markers on projects because I have so many stitch markers now that I'm starting to hunt them out when I knit something for the crocheters who don't knit, and then they have more stitch markers. Because I'm probably the only person who has bought them so obsessively, but they were so cheap. But yes, that aside. So it has a rib here, 2x2 rib, and then it's just knitted around. It's in stockinette. And then this bit has been folded over to create an edge, and in which sits, I basically stitched shut some old bias tape, and then you can tie it in a bow, which I should have done before I started talking about this. But yeah, okay, it's not the neatest bow because it's quick. So you can pull it, you know, closer to your head. And there's little hearts, which are hard to show, but also little stitch markers. They're pink hearts. And they're useless for Aurora to crochet because they're completely closed. They're good for knitting. And I think I moved better. But yeah, so the bottom is, like mine, less wide than the top because I just added 10 stitches along the way. And so you can make it looser, a looser hood, or, you know, looser around your neck, depending. And she has the option of having a rib around her face or just this bit. But yeah, there's that one. And then there is the exact same thing, more or less, with a slightly wider rib and in amethyst, and a different stitch marker. But this one doesn't have the folded over edge. It just run through because I spent forever knitting this damn I-cord out of this fancy cotton, which is like a lilac with other colors mixed in, and it has purple heart detail. It actually focuses. Huzzah! Huzzah, huzzah. But yeah, I spent so long on knitting that damn I-cord that I wove it through. So you can also see the color difference in it. So it's like a nice detail. And Aurora was very excited, so she clearly agrees with me. The cats also thought I was quite mad knitting a whole I-cord. They were just looking at me like, what are you doing? And then they were very disappointed that it was not for them. And then my last item, I finally finished it. If you've seen any of my other videos, this is the, and I will have pictures of me wearing it. So it needs to go in the wash now. But yeah, this is the Fable knitwear headwig top without the ruffle and in a completely unsuitable yarn because it's actually written for a 4mm needle in cotton, and I knitted it on a 6mm in a, well, it was mixed between acrylic and wool. And it was so much too big that I built in this fake corset back. But, you know, from the pictures, you can see that it fits me fine with that back in place. It's very, very comfortable and cozy around the house. So I'm really happy with it. Was this a great idea? Absolutely not. Not in a million years was this a good idea to do this. I mean, it's a good idea to knit this top. And, you know, I will knit it again in actual, you know, the right needles and in linen. Because I have some linen yarn and I want to use it up. So I will knit this in an actual size. That is my size. If you're going to do this, go down at least 2 sizes because otherwise, you know, madness. Actually, no, I still have one more project. Let me go get it. Cowls, am I right? Well, this is shenanigans in motions. And, well, in motion. And the last project is pretty shenanigansy, if I do say so myself. I always say I will not knit another capelet, but I really love them. So I keep knitting them and I've cast on another one. But, you know, you'll see it when it's finished. This was a fairly poor idea, even, you know, by my standards of madness. So this is, some of you may have seen my fake chainmail capelet. I will have a picture up here. But this is the yellow version because I also have this in like yellowy gold and I figured like, oh, a golden fleece, lol. But there was no way I had enough. I don't even know if I'm like wearing this properly now. Can't really tell because I'm too blind to style myself in the camera viewfinder. But yeah, so it doesn't have a clip at the moment, so it's open completely. But yeah, it's very long because of this bit. I didn't have enough of the gold, so I figured, because I saw this really fun yarn by Lang Yarns at my local yarn shop. Let me take this off again. And I figured, why don't I just knit this thing in like a band between the collar and the rest of it. And it looks really, really fun. But it's so wide and because this is heavier, just pulled it down and made it all much longer. But I don't actually mind. I think it came out super fun. And also it makes for a great scarf. See? So it's super multifunctional. So I can wear it as a cape. Well, a capelet or like a lightweight scarf for when it's like just a bit too cold not to wear one, but too hot to wear like a proper, you know, acrylic or wool winter scarf. So this is ideal. And even though this is absolute chaos and shenanigans, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So, I mean, what more do you want, you know? Well, I don't want anything else. I'm super happy with this. And as you can see, it is mega sheer, that top bit. I don't think I'd probably have like the back to you guys with all the, you know, holes, well, the knots in it, but who cares? Because the thing was with this yarn, I bought it and I stored it properly and it still collapsed in on itself and it tangled like a demon, like an actual tangly demon. So it has so many knots on the back because it was impossible to otherwise untangle. This does not. This was fine. It came on a really nice, you know, skein. It was wrapped around this sturdy roll of cardboard and it had an elastic around it, so you could just like nicely put that back so it wouldn't unroll and, you know, become a giant mess, which could not be said from this guy. And the worst thing is that I would probably, if Veritas ever brings back the Julia, I would probably just buy it again and make another fake chainmail capelet, but it would have to be like in another, like a proper gold or a copper, or like a darker, like a gunmetal, not a color I already have, because that I would not do. I'm not that far gone yet. But yeah, so this was definitely my last project. I may have knitted the catsup pumpkin, but like that's not very exciting. But yeah, I really like how that turned out. I like everything, even the oversized, accidentally way too big fabled knitwear pattern. Even this, because it's just so cozy. Does it look great? No. But do I care? Also no, because I have fun making it and I have fun wearing it. So yeah, lots of projects for outdoor, the whole tree, and it does take a while. It doesn't take forever, but it, you know, it did take time away from knitting other things. I am currently knitting, like I said, another capelet because I'm a lunatic, and I'm knitting it with three. I had it before, but yeah, with 3 threads held together, and they're all either fingering or lace weight. So I don't know why I do these things to myself. And then I am still knitting that one black and gold sweater vest, the Bardurke. Eventually it's gonna get finished, but it's just kind of one of those projects I just work on once in a while. This is not gonna be finished by the time that it's too warm to wear it, so there's that. And then I'm knitting a sweater, the blood sweater by, I believe her name is Teti Lutzak. Apologies if I completely mispronounced her name. I tried, I did my best. But yeah, it's, I've never knit a sweater before, and I always thought the first sweater I'd knit would be Fulat Pulnin. And I have the yarn for it, but I didn't have the bamboo needles for it. And then I saw that one, and I had both needles and yarn to knit it in my stash. So I figured like, oh, I'll try this first. And I'm slowly going down the yoke towards the dreaded short rows, which I've never done before. So that is an adventure in itself. I'm actually filming a video about this, so you'll probably see me struggling with short rows for the very first time, or just see me struggling full stop when that is finished. And then I want to knit a sweater for my husband. But I don't have the needles for that yet, and not all of the yarn. So that's also a future project. And then I want to knit some things for friends. So yeah, there's probably gonna be a bigger update next month, maybe, hopefully. We'll see what I get finished. But yeah, that was it for today. There might be cats as soon as I stop talking. There might not be. I have no idea where they are at the moment. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and see what I knitted this month. Subscribe if you want to stick around for more shenanigans in motion. I do other things than knitting. I swear to you, I do. I have some flip throughs coming up, like including a vintage women's magazine from 1949, and also a sketchbook flip through, as well as the long-awaited flip through. Well, long-awaited for people who are actually waiting for it, which is probably 5 people. But I did film the flip through of Knitting Magic Part 2, so that will be up soon as well. Yeah, hit that notification bell if you want to stay informed of when I upload a new video, because YouTube, hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around for more shenanigans in motion. Apologies, I'm sleep deprived because I have 3 cats and they like to sleep on top of me. So I would like to have just one night where I can sleep properly. Sans feline intervention. But I digress. There may or may not be cats as soon as I stop talking. I have no idea what they're up to or if they actually want to be filmed. Yeah, that was actually it for today, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!